It is Brett the Hitman Hart, and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
Watch. Okay, well, has this always been a thing? Where have I been?
Hey everyone, welcome to the Smack Draw Podcast, Raw Recap Edition. We are your hosts, Kyle Tyson, and of course, Katie Bebe. What's going on, Katie? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh man, I'm doing good. 3 hours of Raw in the books. Can't wait to talk about it. Got some stuff to dive in. It was an okay show.
I mean, it was okay, but leading up to SummerSlam, it's not going to be like the best. So
There was some nuggets though to give us stuff to look forward to. I think that was the most exciting thing. Is Raw did a lot of setting up tonight.
Yeah.
You guys, hey, thank you for tuning into the live chat. We are currently streaming live at on twitch.tv, the standing streamer. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified every time that we go live. And then on the days that we're not recording, you can catch a standing streamer show, Putting You Over, where he brings on various pro wrestling guests and other big name personalities that make me jealous on a weekly basis. Otherwise, we are the exclusive recap show for WrestlingNewsWorld.com. It's a pretty good website, man. Head over there. They got articles on hot takes, opinion pieces, interviews, a whole bunch of good stuff, man. A lot of talented writers over there. Maybe even check out their premium content as well, you know. Katie, we are on the road to SummerSlam.
yes, we are.
The road to SummerSlam. I got to tell you, I think I only know like 4 matches. I don't know if I have just a terrible memory, but I don't.
I
So you
think
got
I
the Raw
caught
and women's.
everything.
You got the Raw and women's title. You
Yeah.
got the world title match for Drew and Orton, and then you
Yeah.
got the Fiend and Braun.
hmm
I don't know any other matches.
Bailey and Asuka for the SmackDown Women's title.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. The Raw women's and
Oh,
SmackDown
yeah, yeah,
women's.
yeah.
My bad. I think I said that wrong.
Who else? It's Apollo and MVP for the title.
Okay.
Um,
You got the Street Profits and Andrade and Garza.
and the hair versus hair match between Mandy
Shit.
and Sonya.
That's the one I look forward to the most, man. That's the one I'm looking forward to most. Who's gonna
That's
win
definitely
that?
gonna be weird. I was talking to people the other day about it, that there hasn't been a hair versus hair match with women since Victoria and Molly Holly.
Yeah, I remember. That was to get that was just to get him on the show. I think that was Molly's suggestion.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, man, we've come a long ways. Off topic, but Mandy Rose needs to lose that match, right?
I feel like she has to.
I would feel like, yeah, it would just not feel right for her to win,
I
especially
mean,
after the real life stuff with Sonya. Oh God.
oh my god, that was so terrifying.
Oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, anyways, if you guys ever miss a live stream, you can catch us on youtube.com/SmackDraw Podcast, and the audio version is pretty much everywhere you can find it. Lastly, if you want to support the show, head over to our Patreon, subscribe. We have some awesome tiers. We got some new stuff coming as well, and actually, to tell you the truth, got some new subscribers.
this Brett
Oh, God,
Hitman
hit the
Hart.
wrong button. There we go. Who all subscribed? Oh, Caleb Addison, thank you. He joined the Top Rope Spanish Fly tier. I'm actually going to see him in person tomorrow. I'm going to give him his stickers and then tell him to submit a video hot take.
Nice.
And then also Iquinsu Ocha. I don't know how to pronounce the name. It's actually just a family member of mine. It's my uncle. But he joined the DDT tier. So thank you, Uncle Kim. Appreciate it, man. But for you guys that don't know, I'll name off one of the tiers. Top Rope Spanish Fly. We just shot Unpopular Wrestling Opinions last night. It was a blast. I hope you guys tuned in. It's a lot of fun. If you're on that $10 tier, not only do you get the sticker pack, the Patreon shout out, early access to our YouTube videos, you can actually submit your video hot takes or video unpopular opinions. We'll play them on UWO, and then who knows, we might agree with it or we might eat that tweet the fuck out of the show. So
Hashtag eat that tweet.
God no, man, that was so fun. All right, let's get to the show. What we do? We kicked it off with Drew McIntyre giving a promo. Was this all we got of Retribution? If my memory serves me correct.
Yeah.
I want to say this was it. It was just the opening. Like Drew's halfway through his promo, like condemning Randy Orton, and you're getting like the video feed is getting messed up and everything, and they're cutting to recaps and stuff, and then ultimately it cuts back to Retribution invading the production truck and sending us to commercial halfway through Drew's promo. I want to say that was it.
I think that was it. And when that happened, I was like, "Oh fuck, my TV!" I thought like something was wrong on my end.
Just cut to black.
Yeah, I was like, "Okay."
Oh man, D-Rod's in the chat. Same with Blowout. Hey, you guys. Matt Ritter says you get a harassment pass until he gets a chance to work with you, and then it's fair game after that point. All right. Yeah. Okay. So you tried to fill me in on this segment that came up afterwards. I saw backstage the locker room was rallied together and Drew was trying to address him, but I think I was like putting one of my kids to bed at this point.
Yeah. So Drew was kind of just talking about how they don't know if Retribution will strike again, and kind of just like trying to get the troops together. And then out walks Messiah Seth, trying to be like, "Oh, Drew, you just have the title. You're not the leader." And like Ricochet and Cedric Alexander were being like, "Oh, well, we heard from a little birdie that Rey Mysterio, will be here tonight." And then Drew and Seth kind of got at it for a second, but were separated by everyone. So we didn't get to see it, but they're teasing it, I think.
Did they advertise Rey before the show?
Yeah.
It's so odd because later on, Rollins is upset at Joe. Like, how do you guys know that Ray's going to be on the show? I'm like, bitch, I think they advertised it on Twitter.
They
like,
did.
You have social media. Trust me. Everyone knows you have social media, Rollins. Like, how did you miss this? I don't know.
He's being dramatic.
Yeah, being very dramatic. Anyways. MVP and the Hurt Business come out to the ring. They're calling out Retribution, which that would have been cool. They claim that they believe Apollo Crews, Cedric Alexander, Ricochet, they might be behind Retribution, which I don't know how I'd feel about that angle. I think I might be kind of into it. But essentially, they're calling them out. Apollo comes out. He tells MVP that, I'll take on Shelton Benjamin tonight. If I win, Lashley and Shelton are banned from ringside from SummerSlam. Yeah. The match was pretty short and sweet. Crews got a roll-up victory while R-Truth and the Ninjas and Tozawa were all running around, and they distracted Shelton Benjamin, put an end to that match. But that's just because we got a lot more of everybody here later on, so they just cut this segment short.
Yeah.
But after the match, Hurt Business jumps Crews. You have Jesus, there's so many people out here. Ricochet, Cedric Alexander, and Ali came out for the save. And then after that's all broken up, Truth, for whatever reason, runs back out to the ring, gets taken out, allows Shelton Benjamin to get the first title change of the evening. That 24/7 title bounced around a lot tonight.
Yeah, that was just going around and around tonight.
Mm-hmm. And then lastly, MVP challenges Crews to a 6-man elimination tag match, but the drama is Crews has 3 friends. He's only going to pick 2 of them. Who's going to be the odd man out? So that was fun to look forward to. Something else that I can't tell if I like this or not. I'm not gonna lie. Debbie from The Bachelor.
I still just don't understand why
the most
she's
random cameo, like reoccurring cameo on Monday Night Raw is Debbie from The Bachelor, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch The Bachelor. I've seen like clips of her seems like a sweetheart, but like, what the fuck are you doing here?
I got no idea, man. It was actually pretty funny though, because you have Angel Garza flirting with Debbie backstage. You know, he got this thing going on. Hopefully Charlie Caruso doesn't find out. More importantly, hopefully his wife doesn't find out.
Yeah.
Yes. Ivar, being the ladies' man, comes in, instead offers Debbie to be his +1 on Raw Underground later. And instead of a rose that she received from Garza, he gives her a turkey leg, which she seemed way more into.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, look, man. It makes sense. The girl's probably hungry. She's skinny as shit, all right? So
That very true, very true.
yeah, the girl's probably hungry, man. You know what's fucked up? She didn't appear in Raw Underground later.
Well, I mean, that's probably because Dawkins was flirting with her after the fact.
Jesus. I think, yeah, everybody was flirting with her.
Everybody, he's also married. These married men gotta relax.
Holy shit. Hey, and Ivar recently married too. All these married men going after the Bachelorette, man. Come on now.
That's fucked. It's fucked up.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, Angel did immediately following this segment. Angel Garza and Ivar did have a match together. Angel picked up the win. He got that new move he's got going on, that drop kick to the head.
Yeah.
He picks up the win. But what was more important than the match was like this angle. Angelo Dawkins and Debbie are on the Tron now. He teases Angel Garza a little bit with Charlie Caruso, but then he says like, no, seriously, I've got some video footage that, you know, might shed some light on some stuff going on. But the way he delivered it was like, you're going to find out something perverted or embarrassing about Angel Garza.
Yeah. I mean, well, he did mention something about like who you're rolling with, talking about Andrade and Zelina. So maybe that's...
Oh, maybe. I may have missed that detail. Because I thought the video had to do with Garza. That's what confused the shit out of me. But all of a sudden, Zelina Vega starts grilling Samoa Joe because he's on the side chuckling. And how about Samoa Joe's delivery on this? Like, completely teasing them. He's like, yeah, I know what's going on. You know what I mean? Guess what? We have a lot more security footage because of, you know, retribution. And we'll find out. And they didn't even wait for a real reveal, man. They just cut to commercial and come back. And it looks like Zelina Vega is the one, surprise, who poisoned Montez Ford. However, is it that clear cut?
I mean, knowing WWE, they're gonna make us just think it was Zelina. I said last week I thought it was Zelina, but I don't know. They're not clear enough.
So when Zelina blamed Charlie Caruso, I desperately want it to be Charlie now.
I honestly fuck with it being Charlie. If it's Charlie, that's ratings right there.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Let Charlie Caruso be the one that poisoned Montez. She's getting jealous over Angel Garza and Zelina Vega, you know, getting in the way of all of that. And she's framing them. And God, that would be so good.
That would be actually really cool.
I'm thinking so. I'm trying to think the last time a backstage interviewer played an active role in a story. We've seen commentators do it all the time.
I can think of when Maria was like a backstage interviewer back in the early 2000s.
I don't even remember that.
I mean, she was still like I think this was like before she like started actually wrestling, but I could be wrong. But she did a lot of like backstage interviewing type stuff. So I don't know.
I don't know, man. It'd be cool though. It'd be very, very cool.
It would.
All right. So I got to ask you,
okay.
How do you feel about this Natalya Mickie James match that happened?
I would have liked it if Seth didn't fucking come out and start grilling Joe when, again, it was advertised Ray would be there. I mean, it was starting to look like a good match. I had high hopes, and then out walks Seth frickin' Rollins and Murphy. I was pissed. I was like, really?
So if you guys didn't watch the segment, halfway into the match, Rollins is grilling Joe, who's on commentary, about Rey Mysterio and how he knows Rey's going to be there. And the camera is just fixated on them. And the entire remainder of the match takes place in the background of the segment. Like, you can still see them wrestling, but it's like it's so far out of focus, it's even blurred out.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Natalia ended up winning. Yeah, because she knocked Mickie James off the top rope, and I think she picked up the count-out victory.
Yeah, she did, because Lana got up on the apron, distracted her. Natty pushed Mickie.
I will say one thing. I can't wait to see Twitter tomorrow with all those TikTok videos Lana was recording of Mickie James getting her ass beat. Okay, I thought that was a nice touch. But yeah, Mickie James comes back after a long layoff to lose to Natalia via countout. Not looking good for Mickie.
No, but she looked so good in the ring too.
Hell yeah.
From what we got to see.
Yeah, I mean, she's always looked good. She's always looked good in the ring, you know? But yeah, she after the match, she gave Lana that Mickie James and then just bailed. And by the way, yeah, the commentary is pushing the term boat. The best of all time. That's going to be fun to listen to.
No, it's not. Don't lie.
Yeah. Yo, did you see this tag match? Sasha and Bailey taking on Asuka and Shayna, and then come away with like, damn, we need a tag team between Asuka and Shayna Baszler.
I don't even know what they're doing anymore. Stop trying to put all of the titles on like two women. Yeah. There's 800 other women across all three brands, and you're really going to try and have Asuka probably beat one of them at SummerSlam, maybe, I don't know, and then try and have Asuka and Shayna, which that tag team doesn't make sense, for Payback. It's tiring. Yeah.
You think that is the tag team? Because like it did get announced that the tag team titles are going to be defended at Payback. We just don't know against who.
Yeah, I mean, Bailey and Sasha were like running their mouth about, oh, well, they could be Asuka and Shayna. And knowing WWE, they're going to be like, book it. Let's do it.
Bob says Naomi and Carmella make a great tag team.
They do.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't even recall them as a tag team.
It was like maybe early 2019, I think. They tagged for a little bit.
Okay. Miss Garcia, she says maybe Liv and Ruby. They're going through that whole thing where they don't know if they can trust each other, or at least Liv doesn't know if she can trust Ruby Riott.
Yeah.
Due to all these mishaps in the ring. One thing that pissed me off about this match wasn't it a match that Sasha or Bailey was having against Asuka, I think, or somebody else? And I remember there being a run-in and attacking somebody else that wasn't involved in the match, and they threw the match out. But tonight, Nia Jax runs in and literally attacks Shayna Baszler, a competitor in the match, and it continues as a handicap match afterwards. No DQ.
I have that in my notes. I put no DQ / underline 4 times.
What are the rules? Is what I wonder.
I don't think they know.
In WWE, more importantly on Monday Night Raw.
Because that, as soon as Nia attacked Shayna, I was like, where's the bell?
Yeah.
Because of like 3 weeks ago, I think it was like Sasha and Kairi and Asuka attacked Bailey outside.
And they tossed the match.
And oh no, it was Sasha versus Shayna, because we talked about it, I think.
Neither one of them could lose.
Yeah.
It was a situation where you knew they didn't want either of them to lose. So they did some wonky booking, but still didn't even make it like an official DQ or anything.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. The match went forward as a handicap match. And as Asuka is in the bank statement, Shayna does come in for the save. You get some back and forth. Shayna had some good offense in there. That was really entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
Once Asuka finally comes to from the beating, she gets Sasha Banks on the outside, puts her in the Asuka lock. Shayna ends up getting Bailey in the Karafuda clutch. Both of them just chokeholds. And gets Bailey to tap out, giving Shayna a submission victory over Bailey. Not bad. Not bad.
I liked them having dual chokeholds.
Yes.
I liked that.
That was the moment where I was like, dude, they look like they would make a good tag team. Like,
but they shouldn't be a tag team. They
shouldn't.
would be so cool, but
they
no.
shouldn't, but they should. Because like if they were, arguably no one could beat them.
That's very true.
Yeah, they would be OP, I think. Backstage, Apollo Crews determines his team for later on in the evening. He picks Ricochet and Mustafa Ali. Cedric ain't having fun with that decision. Apollo tries to smooth it over. He's like, "Hey man, you were in the whole full Nelson for like 5 seconds, so you're probably a bitch and you can't fight tonight. So you go ahead and enjoy catering." Was essentially how I read that.
I feel like they brought up the phrasing of "go relax in catering" a lot this week.
Dude, yeah, I love it though. I love how because that sounds like an insult. Like that sounds like a legit insult.
Yeah, it sounds like you're not good enough to be on TV. Go sit in the fucking bag.
Oh man, taking a page from AEW, Bob. I don't get the shot. Whatever. Anyways, back to it. I missed the whole thing. HBK talking to Drew McIntyre. I think all I grabbed from it was he kind of just gave him his blessing or something.
Yeah. I didn't really like catch a lot, but it was mainly Sean like reminiscing about Drew and NXT and how what did I have? Oh, you deserve and carried like you deserve where you're at right now. And then he told Drew that he doesn't want him out there when he faces Randy. That was basically it.
You're talking about Sean didn't want Drew out with him?
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, okay. Sean was like, I can handle him. Like if you love me, I guess just stay back here.
Yeah. Good how that turned out. Yes. So Billie Kay obviously has been watching a lot of Sasha and Bailey promos because she just randomly elects Peyton Royce to take her place in her match against Ruby Riott. Just a nice little touch. Maybe that seeds a dissension because he heard all the rumors they want Peyton to be a single star, or Vince thinks that she should be a single star. Who knows?
I mean, they kind of teased it a while back with, I think they lost a match and then Billy slapped Peyton or Peyton slapped Billy.
Billie Kay slapped Peyton Royce.
Yes.
After they lost their title match. I remember like so many people online were very upset with the implication they might split them up. It's going to happen, folks. I hate to say it. I don't want it to, but it's going to happen.
Yeah. It's when we don't know, but it's probably going to happen.
Yeah. Panned over from that promo, they spot Shayna Baszler hanging out with Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke. I guess this probably counts as their official call-up to Raw. I think so. I think they're done on NXT. There's no reason for them to be in NXT while Shayna Baszler is on Raw.
Yeah, and I mean, I haven't watched NXT in like a week or two, but they haven't even been on NXT TV in a long-ass time.
I haven't heard anybody say a word about them. If anything, I think they've just been in the audience, the makeshift audience. Yeah.
I think I've seen them in the audience, I think, a few times.
Yeah. They're saying, I don't think they should break up Peyton and Billy. I agree with you. I don't think they should break them up either. I'm just saying, sometimes we don't get what we want, you know?
Knowing the track record with tag teams, it's bound to happen. As much as we don't want it to happen, though.
Yeah. So yeah, we ended up cutting to that match. Peyton Royce taking on Ruby Riott, excuse me. During the match, it's a pretty okay match. I mean, nothing to write home about. Like I said, these segments were rapid fire, including the matches, all very quick. At one point, Billie Kay proves to be a distraction, and Peyton Royce shoves Ruby Riott into Liv Morgan, knocking her down, and then hits that like twisting brain buster for a win. You can still see Liv Morgan is obviously having trouble trusting Ruby Riott. However, this has always been a thing on Raw and in wrestling. It's like, just go back and watch the episode. It's taped. You know, like this is being recorded. You can go back and see. It was not my fault. But,
I don't know why no one's ever done that or even like thought about it.
They need to take the piss out of that one day and just be like, hey, look, man, I just went back on the WWE network and like, it's cool, man. I saw it. It was an accident.
They just have it DVR'd at home and there's like, so I went back home and I watched and shit, you're right, my bad.
My best friend called me on my cell phone. They're watching live. They cleared it all up for us, It's all good. Jesus Christ. The Raw Underground. So here we go. 3 weeks in. 3 weeks in. How you feeling about Raw Underground?
I definitely like it more now than I did the first week. Just because they're starting to use like more superstars instead of just like random no-name people, I guess.
Yeah. They're starting to weed out some of the jobbers, some of the performance center people.
Yeah, and like the matches have been fucking awesome.
You know what I've noticed though? One thing that just stuck out like a sore thumb to me tonight. All the publicity and stuff that WWE pushed about how they're doing social distancing and enforced mask wearing doesn't apply in Raw Underground.
There are no rules.
There's no rules in Raw Underground. There's no pandemic in Raw Underground.
There's no pandemic.
No.
I mean, I think last week, I mean, I could still see some masks. I mean, this week, I don't think I saw
a single mask. And I know I saw like 20 people lined up together.
There was more than 25 people in that room.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about it.
I think that was above capacity, WWE. You
Just
can't be worried
bit.
about a pandemic when there's a guy that's like kneeing you in the face.
True.
Is that really what's on your mind right now? No, you're trying to keep your consciousness. Speaking of which, that's actually what happened. Eric of the Viking Raiders knocks out a dude with knees to the head while he was on the ground. Looked pretty violent. Ziggler, to anybody who's fans of UFC, was doing his best George St. Pierre impression, who got interviewed afterwards, like, I'm not really impressed with that performance. And so Eric calls him into the ring. They have a fun back and forth, entertaining to watch. Ultimately, Ziggler gets him in a chokehold, and before Eric can break out of it, he jabs his thumb into his eye, chokes Eric unconscious. Afterwards, Ivar ain't having it. He pounces Ziggler out of the ring and sets up a Raw Underground match between the two for next week. So we'll see what Ivar can do in the ring. In his shoot fighting.
Have we seen Ivar in the ring?
He's been kind of like the manager role to Eric for like 2 weeks. Or the supporting role, just like in there to celebrate with him when he wins.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. What'd you think of Rey Mysterio and Dominic?
That shit was so touching. Like, I don't know why, but just the dynamic of like Rey and Dominic, like you could tell, like at least Rey, he was speaking from the heart, and I've been a huge Rey fan for a while, since I was a kid basically. So seeing them, and Dominic's like, oh, I'll defend the family honor. I'm like, that's cute as shit. I'm in. Sign me up.
Yeah, you can tell Rey. For one, I ain't gonna take nothing away from Rey, man. He's gotten so good on the mic lately. Mm-hmm. He's delivering the best promos of his career. And then two, it probably helps that it's with his son.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not hard to, I think, convey emotion when you're talking directly to your family. Yeah, I guess if you're comfortable on camera. Maybe if you're not comfortable, it might come across bad, but it works. And you're right, it was just fucking adorable, man. And as a father, I'm sitting there just like, oh man, that'll be me someday, I hope. Just proud of my son.
Someone in the chat said Eddie is your poppy, Dominic. I gotta go. God damn it.
That's Bob. Oh shit. Oh man. I don't even know what fucking Seth Rollins said. He just came on screen and he was like, says, I'm disappointed. All of this could have been avoided. You could have let me do what I was doing for the greater good.
What about the greater good?
The greater good.
Like
But no, go
it
ahead.
was. I was gonna say, like, Seth was up there just talking nonsense for 2 minutes, and then Ray was like, "Come out and say it," and then Seth's like, "Don't move an inch."
No, that's such awkward. Yeah, stay right there. Oh shit, it was fun though. I liked it, man. The Seth and Murphy jump out in the ring, and Ray and Dominic retreat. Dominic looking injured, and then Ray kind of breaks off and separates the ring and draws the attention of Seth and Murphy, and it's all a ruse. Dominic pulls out a couple kendo sticks and has a good old kendo stick party. Man, they got their payback. They went to town on Murphy and Seth. Not even a quarter as bad as Dominic took it, though.
Yeah, I mean, Dominic got his ass whooped, but they definitely got a little bit of comeuppance to Seth, at least.
Yeah, a little bit. They got some licks in there for the greater good.
The greater good.
Oh man. All right, but no, it was good. So Ray did announce during this whole thing that he's going to be in Dominic's corner for the street fight at SummerSlam. When Dominic spoke, it sounded like he was going to tell him no, but I don't think he actually did. I think he was just trying to reassure Ray. He's like, yeah, I know what I got to do.
Yeah, I was like, if you tell your father no, he will whoop your ass, like, for sure. But I think he was definitely trying to hint at it, be like, no, Dad, like, I got this, but I appreciate you being there.
Yeah.
I guess.
I bet that match is gonna be fun as hell. It's gonna be so overbooked because you're gonna have Dominic, Ray, Seth, Murphy, and then maybe someone outside the four possibly get in there.
Yeah. I'm intrigued to see how it'll play out.
Also, could you imagine being in Dominic's shoes right now for a second? He debuts on Raw, and his very first match on WWE television is against former Universal Champion Seth Rollins on SummerSlam, arguably the second largest pay-per-view of the year. That is gotta be fucking mind-blowing for us, kid.
I think I'd have a heart attack.
Just, dude, the amount of pressure that kid is probably gonna be feeling this Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you him and Seth are drilling like 3 or 4 times a day on this
probably.
match to get this kid ready. I can't wait though. I can't wait, man.
It is going to be hell of a match.
But geez, man, that's just insane to think about. You're debuting on WWE, probably your dream job. Not only do you debut on the roster, like you're not like some low card doing some dark match or nothing. Like, no, your first match ever is against Seth Rollins at SummerSlam in like one of the most story driven matches, like one of the biggest like spotlights of the entire event. Like, that's fucking nuts, dude. Good for Dominic.
Kudos to Dominic.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
and what a way to start your career.
Yeah, man. Yes. Jesus Christ. We get more teasing for Shayna, Jessamine Duke, Marina Shafir. They're caught talking to Shane McMahon backstage. Oh shit, no, actually I just skipped over like 15 things. My bad. Dude, I'm terrible. Like I'm fucking dumb. All right, anyways, let's back up. We'll back up.
Back it up.
All right. MVP hanging out with Cedric.
Yeah.
Dude, yo, is Cedric gonna join the Hurt Business?
Probably. He'll probably end up turning on all of his friends, joining the Hurt Business, being a little lackey in the Hurt Business for like 2 months, and then they're not gonna know what to do with him.
I don't know, man. I have hope for him, like, as a heel. Bob's asking me if I'm drinking already. I am not drinking, Bob. All right, give me a break. Shit happens.
So it was a long show.
It was a
There's
long
happening.
show, a lot of notes. All right.
I have 3 pages of notes. Like, it was
Yes.
ridiculous.
But yeah, I don't know. I think he'd be cool as a heel. I mean, so essentially MVP is just sitting down with Cedric Alexander. Is like, look, how's it feel knowing that, your supposed tag team partner thinks you're the weak link, no one's standing up for you, yada yada. And I make fun of you for being at catering all the time. Well, your friends just sent you to catering. Now you're at catering because of them. All good stuff. But I think, what do you guys think in the chat? You think Cedric would be a good heel, maybe a tag team for MVP? Like, he could team with, who would he? No. Teaming with MVP would slow him down, and probably the same thing with Shelton Benjamin. No, he'd just do his own thing. Just 4 guys that can kick ass individually. Yeah, I could see it.
I mean, it might happen. It's probably gonna happen.
Yeah. Now, just to make sure I don't know, up next was Arturo Rua taking on Riddick Moss, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. How'd that go?
I literally just wrote the word vicious. Like, that was a hard ass hitting match.
Yes, it was, dude.
I don't even remember. Did it just like end? Did anyone actually win that match?
Like, my highlights for it was, at one point Riddick Moss grabbed on to Rua's beard and was like elbowing him in the face. So Rua responded by grabbing onto Moss's like hair or ponytail and delivering it back. And then they ended up like trading off submissions like on the ground and rolled to the outside and just started beating up people on the outside. And Shane McMahon finally came over. Listen, dude, the best part of all of this, Shane McMahon is having the time of his life.
Oh, dude, he's like kid in the candy store right now.
Every time they panned to Shane McMahon, he was just so gleeful, and it looked genuine. Like, that dude was just like having a fucking blast, man.
He's like, something I created and I get to be a part of is just one of the most talked about things every week. So he's so fucking happy.
Oh man, and you know what? At one point, Shane tried to buy the UFC. This might just be his little, this might be his little thing, man. Like, at one point,
I didn't even know that.
It was either Shane or Vince. One of them wanted to buy the UFC, and then ultimately they didn't do it, obviously.
Well, Shane got his wish.
Dude, Shane fucking looks like he's having the time of his life.
He really does.
In Raw Underground. Oh, man. Yeah, Bob says he's been wanting to do this for years. I think so, man. You know who would be really good for Raw Underground? Just because everyone says ever since he came to WWE, he hasn't been able to do his true style. Be Shinsuke Nakamura. Because he's known for that strong style and those strikes and everything. Oh, Raw Underground would be his thing, man.
I would love to see him and also Cesaro just in there, because Cesaro's a fucking powerhouse.
Yeah, you got those uppercuts for days.
Oh, his uppercuts are so brutal. It like can take the soul out of a man. Like, those things are deadly.
Oh man. Roadshow says, how long until Shane jumps off of something in Underground?
There's not much for him to jump off of.
There's like scaffolding or something, like shelving against the walls, because it is kind of like a warehouse, you know what I mean? So
yeah. Probably like 2 weeks.
Yeah, just give it another. It'll be the first time somebody attacks Shane and he just climbs up the wall and just jumps on him.
That's probably what's gonna happen.
That's probably it. All right, so 6-man tag, go ahead, talk us through it.
I didn't have a whole lot of notes because I feel like this is one of those matches that went by so quick.
That's why I was asking you to do it.
So, obviously it was Ali, Ricochet, and Apollo versus the Hurt Business. Ali was eliminated in like a minute and a half by Bobby Lashley. And then Ricochet was eliminated in relatively fast fashion by Benjamin. And then I think it cuts to commercial.
So this is the part that confused me. No. So don't worry. Yeah, right here got me too. They cut back from commercial. So right as they went to commercial, Benjamin got rolled up by Truth for Truth to get his belt back. But when they came back, I think they just said that Benjamin was pinned by Apollo Crews at some point. I don't think we ever saw him get pinned.
No, I think we did. I think he rolls him up, but I could also might have just imagined this.
Yeah, I didn't see it, man. It confused the shit out of me. That's why I was like, that was the one thing before the show. I was like, I don't know what happened here. Like, I completely missed it.
Yeah. Oh, I think I see what I have like Cruz eliminated Benjamin and then Cedric comes out, pins Shelton real quick
Oh,
for
it
the
was Cedric that got
24/7.
the 24/7. Excuse me, not Truth. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Cruz ends up eliminating MVP, and then Bobby beats him with a spear.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
It was a lot that happened in such a short period of time. Usually when you have a 6-man tag elimination, it's like one of those long drawn out matches. This thing probably went 10 minutes.
If that.
Yeah.
If 10 minutes, including the commercial break, I'll give it 10 minutes. Without that, maybe 5.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that was really it. There wasn't really much out to that. Now Shayna, Jessamine Duke, Marina Shafir caught talking to Shane before they go to commercial, which this I think started getting people hyped. The idea of 3 of the 4 MMA horsewomen in Raw Underground. I don't think Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir, no offense to them, I don't think they're ever going to be above Shayna's lackeys.
No,
I
and I
just
mean
don't
that
see it.
sucks because I feel like they're both really good, but it's just going to be how people view it. It's going to be Ronda, Shayna, Jasmine, and Marina like this.
Yeah, it's weird, and I know they've been in WWE now for years, like probably 4 or 5 plus years.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just they got a job. They have a job, and they do play a role for Shayna, and who knows if they'll get something beyond that. But they really do feel just like, Jesus, like I'm trying to think of like a faction where, there was the obvious jobbers. Like you had like the Ministry of Darkness, who had like the Undertaker and Viscera, but then there was also like Naked Midian.
Yeah,
who would just get, just always be like the first one pinned.
I don't know why I immediately thought of Seth and the Authority with J&J Security.
There you go. They're the J&J Security for Shayna,
which is trash. I feel like if they would have done,
at least J&J were entertaining though.
That's true.
Yeah.
I feel like if they would have done the 4 MMA horsewomen versus the 4 WWE horsewomen, it would have got them more traction. But since they never did it, Marina and Jessamine kind of just got the shit end of the stick.
Yeah. JBL's cabinet, Bob says. There we go.
I completely, was that like, or something Jordan, Jillian
Orlando
Hall.
Jordan.
Yes. I think Charlie Haas was in that at one point too. I could be wrong. I don't know. That was too long ago for me. I don't remember.
It was a minute, man. It was a minute for sure. Yeah. You know what's weird is Cedric, who just won the 24/7 title minutes prior, already has a title match set up against Tozawa. Televised match. It was weird timing. But once again, this match went for all of like 3 minutes. MVP watching backstage on a monitor. Cedric wins with a lumbar check. But before he can celebrate his victory, Shelton Benjamin comes in, hits pay dirt, gets the title back. So that makes 1, 2, 3 title changes on Raw. So I guess it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 title changes.
Yeah, I was like plotting in my head. I was like 1, 2.
Oh man. All right. So afterwards, Marina Shafir gets probably the biggest win of her career against some no name in Raw Underground. Instantly, what's up?
I was gonna say, I was looking through the chat earlier, and with another chat I have, I think it was Joey Janela's girlfriend, or she was involved in that in some way, shape, or form. I think her name's Brandy. I could be wrong though.
Oh, I read that in the chat too. Yeah, I think Bob told us. Not sure though. It's probably Bob's always the one telling us stuff in the chat. Yeah, but Shafir picked up a win. But before she could celebrate it, out came Nia Jax. She beat up Shafir and Jessamine Duke. Hops in the ring, and now we got some hype between her and Shayna Baszler. They send in a ref. It looks like we're gonna get the match, and Jax walks off. Shane, I love Shane's in the ring, and he's like, Nia, there's only one rule. You just fight.
Yeah. We talked about earlier, no rules. Just kidding. One rule. You gotta fight.
Yes, that is the rule.
It's like Fight Club. Don't talk about Fight Club. That's the only rule.
Oh, by the way, something we missed to touch on for the last 2 weeks. Have you noticed that Raw Underground starts the first segment and finishes the first segment technically before Raw Underground is supposed to start? Because Raw Underground is supposed to start at 10 p.m., but last week and this week, it has started around 9:50 and ended by like 9:55.
Shane, you sneaky bastard.
He's trying to get that extra TV time.
I didn't even realize that. Damn.
Yeah, man.
That's you being smart. Look at you go.
Yeah. Oh, shit was funny. Rocho says, just bring back the hardcore title. Kind of agree. Although I don't mind the 24/7 title as long as it's not taken seriously. Stop the matches. Like, it's a 24/7 title match in the ring. That's stupid as shit.
Yeah, I don't like that they're trying to make it a serious title. No,
Yeah.
it's a joke. It's entertaining.
The rules that this whole title is based upon are suspended, so we can have a match that's the complete opposite. Like, it's contradictory to what the title represents. That's what we're gonna do.
Dumb. It's dumb. It's again WWE being contradictory to themselves.
Yeah. What we have? Montez Ford took on Andrade.
Yes.
It was pretty good. Montez was pissed.
Oh, I mean, you would be too if you were just poisoned 2 weeks ago.
He's taking it out on Andrade. By the looks of it, Andrade didn't know though. It was Zelina. Zelina worked by herself.
I mean, that we know of. Andrade could be a fantastic actor. We don't know. Zelina's been doing his dirty work for years, so.
Yeah. I mean, it is. Once again, another short match. Bianca Belair comes out and slams the piss out of Zelina on the outside mat. Looked painful as hell.
Yeah.
Caused a distraction for Ford to roll up Andrade, pick up the victory. So gives them, the leg up going into SummerSlam for their tag match. And then I'll let you talk us through the last segment. HBK in the ring.
I mean, so HBK comes out and he's talking about how Ric Flair is a legend in his own right, and if there was no Rick, there'd be no Shawn, there'd be no Triple H, Batista, and then he says, and you, Randy, and basically just like calling out Randy, saying how Ric Flair trusted you. I mean, basically summing up the promos from last week. And then I think he says something along the lines of like, whether it's a Sweet Chin Music or a Claymore, you're gonna see it coming. Cue Randy come out, hit the RKO, and then immediately into the punt, which threw me off. I was like, he usually like waits a sec. Nah, RKO turn, kick the shit out of Shawn.
Kicked Shawn's hairline back a couple inches. Fucking hell, man.
My God, it really
Shawn
did though.
Shake his head. Hey, I was just happy to know that I got the same hairline as the Heartbreak Kid now. So there we go.
Something to brag about.
I got something going for me. Oh man. Now, it was cool to change up the pacing. Instead of having Shawn cut a promo, Randy cut a promo, and then just lead into this, it was nice just to get right to it. Just shake up the pacing so we're not getting the same feel every week when we know it's going to result in the legend getting RKO'd and punted. So, yeah, I liked it. McIntyre ran off Randy Orton. This part was pretty fucking stupid, though. McIntyre runs off Randy Orton, right, and beats his ass he runs him off. He's tending to Shawn Michaels. Randy Orton comes in to attempt to RKO Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre hands Randy Orton his ass, beats him on the outside, throws him into the steps, the ring post, over a table, completely hands Randy Orton his ass, goes back to tend to Shawn Michaels. Randy Orton does the same thing, except this time he nails the RKO. Like, fucking...
I mean, mean, if you're gonna have him do that, just don't have him attempt the second time. I mean, this is I mean, logically speaking, Randy's had the upper hand 2 weeks in a row at least.
Yeah.
So
I saw a rumor. I heard a rumor. You seen that show, Umbrella Academy?
no, my friends have. They keep yelling at me to watch. I'm like, I don't have time right now, but I'll watch it eventually.
It's fucking awesome. I'm gonna get off here and watch it. Anyways, so you don't get the reference. Hopefully, someone in the chat gets it. That's for you. But I heard a rumor. Ric Flair is actually gonna help Randy win the title, because now this is how they based it, right? They based it through the light going out when Randy hit that punt, that Randy never hit him with the punt. And so it's to fool everyone to think Randy turned on Flair. So Flair will show up, look like he's going to help Drew win it, and then ultimately cost Drew the title.
I didn't even think about
That's
that.
crazy,
I mean,
right? I wish I could say it was my idea, but it's not.
You want to take credit for it so bad.
I really want to. Awesome. Roadshow gets the Umbrella Academy reference. Thank you, Roadshow. I see you. All right. But yeah, man.
I want it to just be Drew and Randy. Like, I don't want outside interference. But now that you say that, it's very possible.
It's how you help Drew stay looking strong and not just lose cleanly to Randy Orton.
I mean, you're also under the assumption that Drew's going to lose.
I really am. Randy Orton can't miss this year. Like, Randy Orton's easily the best thing WWE has going right now.
Did we talk about this yesterday?
Huh?
Did we talk about this yesterday?
No, we said that Oscar. Well, you guys said. Remember, I have to keep my opinions to myself on UWO. I can't be trying to sway you guys. But you guys agreed that Oscar was the MVP. Secretly, I think it's Randy Orton.
Secretly, yeah. I mean, you said it after.
It's not a secret now, but
shit.
Yeah, man.
I want Drew to have, like, not even like a better run, but like, I really just think if there were fans, this would be playing out so much like differently.
Well, the rumor on the news circuits and stuff, if you watch all those like wrestling news shows and everything, is that apparently WWE wants Randy to hold the belt so Drew can win it back next year in front of fans, maybe at like Mania or something, to give him that moment. Instead of letting his run stale over the coming months, and then fans finally come back and they're not really excited to see him with the belt. So maybe just trying to preserve his likeness. It just depends how much you buy into the stories, but that's what I'm hearing on the streets.
On the streets.
Yes.
I think I guess I can agree with that. I mean, his WrestleMania moment would have been incredible in front of a crowd.
But he's huge.
But I love that he did like the reaching out to the camera. That, I mean, I think I'm a grown ass woman. I was in tears. I was like, this man fucking deserved that.
It's like you want to do the Dusty Rhodes, like reach out and touch my hand. Shit.
Yeah, it's like there's been. I think they're holding back and not doing a lot of stuff because there aren't fans.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, I don't know what they're gonna do.
It's hard to say, man. We'll have to tune and find out.
We'll have to watch.
We'll have to watch. But that was Raw, man. It was a good show. Like I said, it was nothing crazy, but they set up a lot of stuff. You got Cedric being teased to join the Hurt Business. I mean, that's actually pretty much it.
You're like, oh yeah, they built up so much.
I mean, you got Nia and Shayna Baszler being teased now for a Raw Underground match. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's and then the ongoing story of the poisoning of Montez Ford, because I don't think it's that clear cut and dry. I don't. There's room for doubt, you know.
Yeah.
So who knows? But
I don't know.
But yep, that's it. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. Once again, follow us on Twitter at SmackDrawPod, myself at The Kai Tai Show. Katie, go ahead. Tell them your Twitter handle.
At Katie Wrestling 13.
Yes,
I think.
ma'am.
I don't even remember.
It's on the screen. Don't worry. They see it.
Good.
Yeah. Hit up our Patreon, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Of course, though, like always, until next time, y'all have a good one.
Peace out.